Hello and welcome to this Marshals briefing video for the Corbeau Seats Rally Tendring in Clacton. Firstly, we want to say a big thank you to you for volunteering to marshal on this significant event. We at Chelmsford Motor Club are very proud to be running the first closed road stage rally in England, and we're very pleased that you'll be joining us to support it. Many months and indeed years of preparation have gone into planning this rally to ensure it is safe and enjoyable for the competitors, you the marshals and the viewing public. The aim of this video is to give you an overview of the event, what you can expect from us and what we can expect from you. Prior to the event, we would ask that you download and read a copy of the Marshals instructions, which are available on the website and will be emailed to you before the event. Contained inside this document are important details on the running of the event and procedures for dealing with any issues. This video is designed to complement this document, not replace it, so please make sure you do read it, especially as some of the procedures will differ from other Chelmsford Motor Club events you may have attended in the past. If you have any questions after reading this, please get in contact with our Chief Marshal or your stage commander. We would also ask that you watch the MSA First On Scene video as a refresher. Prior to the event, you'll be notified by email of which stage you'll be marshalling at and the location and times for signing on. These will differ for each stage, but you will be expected to be in position on stage 2 hours before the first competing car. The safety car convoy will commence approximately 1 hour before the first competing car is due through the stage, and the first vehicle will be the road closed car. This vehicle will indicate to the residents and public that the road is now closed. To be clear, the road remains closed for the whole day. It will not reopen to public traffic until the rally is finished. The rest of the convoy will include the timekeepers, Chief Marshal, Spectator Safety Car, 000, MSA Safety Delegate, 00 and Zero Car. If any of the safety car crews request your assistance to modify stage furniture, signage or relocate spectators, please support them to make this happen as quickly and safely as possible. Each stage is planned to run 3 times during the day, and in between the running of the stages there will be a gap of around 1.5 hours before the safety car convoy comes through again. This time will be used as the residents' access period. The full procedure is outlined in the Event and Incident Management Plan. However, the idea is to allow residents access to enter or exit their property during this time. Vehicle access will be via the stage starts and finishes and will be controlled by the stage resident officer in conjunction with rally control. All residents will have their own handbook listing the stage-specific information, processes and most importantly, the contact details for the stage resident officer. For the most part, you'll not need to be involved in this process, but please offer any assistance you can to residents where the stage taping or furniture needs removing or re-erecting to facilitate access. Additionally, in some areas it may be possible for residents to park on the adjoining access road and get to their property on foot. This is acceptable at any time where there are no competing cars on stage, as long as you accompany the resident to their property. Clearly, the goodwill of residents is very important to the continued running of this event, so we should do all we can to support them where it is safe to do so. If you're in any way unsure how to deal with a resident request, call your stage resident officer for advice or instruction. Moving on to spectators. The policy for this event is that the public are only allowed to watch at the official spectator areas which are listed on the event website. Naturally, some residents will be able to watch from within the confines of their own properties and will have been given advice on safe and appropriate locations for this. Access to the stages via adjoining side roads will be controlled by security stewards, who will restrict this to residents only and advise the public of locations of the official spectating areas. However, it's possible that some members of the public may find their way to your location via another route. We know it will not be possible for you to positively identify all residents or their friends and family, so if small groups of individuals gather at your location and do not move to spectator areas according to your advice, their presence can be tolerated if they are not in a prohibited area and they position themselves safely as you instruct. If your location is designated in the safety manual as being unsafe for all residents and spectators, then they must be moved on to a safe location. If you're at any time unsure, contact your stage commander or rally control via radio. If you're marshalling a location where a public footpath or other right-of-way crosses the stage, you may need to support members of the public who wish to use this. Technically, the right-of-way is suspended for the whole day. However, if the stage is not live and it's safe to do so, you may escort walkers across. This only applies to crossing the road, not walking along it. Again, if you're unsure, contact your stage commander or ask a radio crew to inquire on your behalf. The day is going to be a long one, and you'll be on post for around 12 hours. So please make sure you bring plenty of food, drink and clothing for all weather eventualities. There will be plenty of time for rest in between the running of the stages, so we advise bringing whatever you need to be comfortable. Moving on to rally incidents. Of course, we hope you won't have to deal with any, but there are a couple of notes and warnings we would like to cover. The first thing to note is the stages are being run at 30-second intervals. This means there'll be very little time between cars to safely move onto the stage to investigate or assist. If you must move on to a live stage, then before you do, please appoint a fellow marshal as a lookout to warn you of approaching cars and warn those cars of your presence. Please remember, your safety comes first. Your first duty is to investigate the incident. The second is to offer any immediate assistance to the crew, and the third is to clearly report the details back to radio control along with any request for additional help if required. If the vehicle has stopped or broken down at your location and can be safely moved onto an access road or off the stage, then please arrange this and report back via your radio crew. If a vehicle has left the stage but the route is passable and the crew is okay, please look after the crew and report this back to rally control. In both these scenarios, please ensure a warning triangle and an OK board are left on display. If the situation is severe, with the stage completely blocked by a competing vehicle, please ensure your nearest radio crew reports this to rally control quickly and concisely, and then deploy marshals in the direction of the stage start to slow and stop the following crews. Please then follow further instructions from rally control. Only rally control will make a decision on the suspension or stopping of a stage, which will be done using the yellow flag procedure. The yellow flag procedure is the only means we have to communicate with the competitors once they have started the stage, and the yellow flag marshal's role is therefore one of the most important safety-related roles. If you are a yellow flag marshal, you'll be provided with a yellow flag, and the full yellow flag procedure is contained within the marshal's instructions. As a yellow flag radio marshal, you're responsible for ensuring the MSA safety delegate vehicle is shown the yellow flag as they pass your location to verify it is in place. The yellow flag should be kept inside the radio marshal's vehicle or under their control until required and not left unattended outside the vehicle. In the event of an incident, the clerk of the course will give the instruction to deploy the yellow flags via the radio controller. Upon receiving the instruction to deploy, the designated marshal, wearing a marshal's tabard, must stand in an appropriate safe location adjacent to the special stage. The yellow flag should be held stationary, ideally at arm's length, so as to be clearly seen by any passing vehicle. Once deployed, the yellow flag should continue to be displayed until an instruction from the clerk of the course via the radio controller has been received. Should you observe a competitor who has been shown a yellow flag, not comply with the regulations and not reduce speed, then a written report recording the facts should be completed and handed to the sweeper car to be passed to the clerk of the course. So we're clear, the competitors must immediately and significantly reduce speed, and maintain this reduced speed until leaving the special stage. Chelmsford Motor Club takes this matter very seriously. We have and will continue to penalise competitors who breach this rule. If during the event you spot or are notified of any suspicious packages, you should report these to your stage commander or to rally control via radio. Lastly, media. As per the rules introduced in 2016, there are strict arrangements for accreditation and access for media. Only pre-authorised accredited media wearing their numbered MSA media tabards are allowed in the stage, and then only in specific areas outlined in the safety plan. You both have jobs to do on the event, so please try to help each other. However, if you have any concerns which cannot be resolved on the ground, please ask your nearest radio marshal to contact Rally Control for advice or assistance. So that only leaves me to say thank you very much for taking time to listen to this briefing, and on behalf of the organising team, I wish you a safe and enjoyable day.